Hey guys, and welcome back to PXH, otherwise known as PureXHeart. Chris here, as usual. This time, as you guys can see, with a movie review. Now, obviously, with movie reviews, they're a little bit different from album reviews because this part is actually taken from the PureXHeart podcast, which the link of that is in the description below, so you guys can listen to the full version. And so, whenever you guys are finished with that and you guys want to hear more of PXH, as me and my co-host Jesse talks about Left Behind, the movie, as we just have a nice little discussion. So this one's going to be the short and condensed one. If you guys want the longer one, then please go to the PureXHeart podcast so you guys can get a little bit more stuff where you can get more of our thoughts and more of other people's thoughts and more of trivia and some other fun stuff hidden in there. Obviously, if you guys like what we do here, then make sure you guys hit that like button and also comment down below what you guys thought about everything that we do here at PXH. Well, personally, what you guys want me to review and talk about, and also whatever, I don't really know, or also what you guys want us to review movie-wise, because we like doing these movies. Editing, they're not always the funnest, but I really enjoy it. So, sometimes I enjoy it, sometimes I don't enjoy it, so what are you gonna do? There's that. But also, if you guys are new here or a returning visitor and you haven't yet hit that subscribe button, then what are you guys doing? Hit that subscribe button. It really, really, really obviously helps out this channel. And if nothing else, let's get into it.
We're going to begin our review of Left Behind. Not the 2014 disaster Nick Cage movie. We're going back to the year 2000. So traverse back to us, all you 21-year-olds, and above and below if you've seen it. We're going to go back to 2000. Right after the Y2K bug came and scared us half to death. Then came
us all.
And then came this Christian movie company that came in with guns a-blazing, saying how you're going to be dun, 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 left behind.
Dun, dun, dun.
So if you're wondering, what is Left Behind? It's a book series, originally. And it was adapted, as we've already said, obviously. Mm-hmm. Film was adapted in 2000. And at first, it was direct-to-video release. But then, of course, churches around the U.S. and around the world, really, were enamored with it. They were like, this is the best movie ever. We need to be in the theaters. So they made some phone calls, and it started to play everywhere in theaters. Well, probably not everywhere, because, Christian movie and all that.
It was limited theaters, which is about normal. So, really, the story of Left Behind focuses on Cameron Buck Williams. I didn't realize that his first name was Cameron, because you don't really hear that within the movie. You just hear
I didn't realize
Buck
that until
Williams.
I didn't realize it until we just read that line right there. I was like,
Jesse, you literally just put this in here, so how can you not just realize that it was also that?
Sometimes I just type things without paying attention to what my hands say, and it's like, hey, this character's Cameron? Hey, I know this guy named Kirk Cameron? Let's get him to do it, because, Christian movie logic.
Yeah, well, Kirk Cameron, or I should say Mike Seaver of TV's Growing Pains fame, is a world-renowned TV reporter who, while on vacation in Israel, is to interview Dr. Chaim Rosenzweig, who is played by Colin Fox.
Very good on the pronunciation of the name, because I don't think I could have done that good at all.
His name is Chaim. That's right. Because it says it multiple times in the movie, Jesse.
It does.
Especially at the last act, which I was really more focused on, because it was really compelling.
Don't share too much yet, Chris. We got to make him wait to the end. Got to hold him back.
Okay. About his new food growth formula. Witnesses the miraculous decimation of Israel's enemy as it attacks from the air. And as that was not enough of an enigma, the world is thrown into upheaval with millions worldwide suddenly vanish. Airline pilot Rayford Steele, who's played by Brad Johnson, and stewardess Haiti Durham, who is played by Kirk's real-life wife, Chelsea Noble, who is also of Doogie Howser fame, and also of Kirk Cameron fame, and also of Full House fame.
She's a famous lady.
Yes. Find many disappearance on board their jet.
Back at home, Rayford's wife and son are among those missing, while his daughter, Chloe, a new actress named Janiyah Stevens, is left behind. Ooh. Pastor Bruce Stevens, played by...
Bruce Barnes.
What did I say?
Stevens.
Oh, I read up above. I read Janiyah Stevens' name again. It's my bad. Pastor Bruce Barnes, played by Clarence Gilliard of Walker, Texas Ranger fame, finds himself remaining on Earth, facing the harsh reality that knowing of Christ and believing in him are two very separate things. Bruce, Rayford, Chloe, and Buck all place their faith in Christ because,
Spoiler.
Christian movie, and become committed to teaching others with the truth while attempting to stand against the evil plans of the Antichrist, world leader Nikolai Carpathia.
Spoiler.
Played by Gordon Carey. Unfortunately, Haiti, like millions of others on the globe and Earth and universe, is deceived by Carpathia.
Spoiler.
Believing him to be the answer to world peace. She eagerly joins him as his new personal assistant.
Spoiler. But this movie was also, since we didn't really talk about it, even though I put it all the way up here, but Jesse was like, no, I don't want to talk about it, was released to direct-to-video on October 31st of 2000.
Happy Halloween.
Oh, wow, that is scary. But then it went to the movies on February 2nd of 2001 because the Christians loved it.
They were like, we need more of this.
And didn't you also say within some of the video cassettes, Jesse, that they would have a ticket in there?
Yes, when they decided to put in theaters the new release of the VHS. Whoa, that's from the Wayback Machine, right?
Yes, because that's whenever it got released, the VHS.
VHSs. They put a ticket to see it in the movie theaters. So my question is, how quick was this re-release of the VHSs with the tickets? And how many tickets are still out there in circulation? Like, if you order something from Amazon that's the Left Behind VHSs, is there a chance that you could get one with a ticket in it?
And can you still go see that movie?
On Amazon Prime, yes.
Well, I think this should actually kind of cover it because the budget was $4 million and the box office was $4.2 million.
So it made about $200,000. So you could say it was a success.
Or you could also say that it wasn't a success. It kind of broke even. Because you also have to think about marketing and all that. So
think about marketing.
Barely broke
Kirk
even.
Cameron's salary, Chloe Noble, all those actors. That's not included in the budget. You are correct.
Well, no.
And also their cuts. Advertising. Yep.
Advertising, Jesse.
So it was only in Lifeway. Basically, a poster in Lifeway, probably.
Probably. And this is what the New York Times says from this review, which says, the film appears to become a futuristic global thriller with sci-fi overtones, written and filmed in the chunky, quiche style of a 1970s made-for-television disaster movie, but the dialogue won't stop making bizarre thudding sounds. International potents discussing world events are given to straight-faced utterances like world peace. It's been a dream ever since Cain looking sideways at people.
If you forgot that this was a Christian movie.
Yes.
Why the solemnity? Why is it so solemn? We'll say it like that.
Yes.
Well, for one thing, the disaster being depicted isn't just any old catastrophe. This is also the New York Times being continued. But the big one, Armageddon itself. Ho-hum, you might say. I don't know why they're the giant from Jack and the Beanstalk. Haven't we been there enough times already? Well, maybe not. For the final days anticipated by Left Behind aren't just any old Armageddon, but an evangelical Christian interpretation from the book of Revelation, translated by the authors Tim LaHaye and Jerry Bean Jenkins, into a pulp fiction series of best-selling thrillers, of which Left Behind was only the first.
And we can kind of debate whether it's accurate or not.
Right. I think I would kind of call it, Chris, this might be a good way to put it, it's kind of like comparing The Message to the New King James Version. It's taken something that's translated directly from, but New King James is more closely translation, and then Message is it's more for plain folk types, more like a novel than a translation. But that's kind of like I would say. I say Left Behind is more like The Message, where revelation is, of course, straight the word.
Debatable. So ahead of its theatrical release, the movie, which opens today nationwide,
this was back in 2001, by the way.
Yes, February 2nd of 2001, which opens then, has already sold a staggering 2.8 million video cassettes, because that's what it was back in the time. That's the time it came out, so it wasn't really DVDs. DVDs were kind of becoming a thing, but
that was more for people with money. DVDs were expensive. Comparing like 4K prices to DVD prices nowadays.
Yeah, it's funny. Mostly in the Christian market. Think of its theatrical release as the crowning touch of a multimedia marketing coup. It's kind of accurate because, with Jesse was saying about the video cassettes and the ticket in there. So the plot involves finding the solution to world hunger in a miraculous scientific discovery known as the Eden Project.
Again, Christian movie.
Yeah, because they talked about by which wheat can be grown in the desert. The discovery of Solomon's Temple and the emergence of the international statesman as in the Antichrist, headquartered where else as the UN or the United Nations.
As for basic credibility, Left Behind proudly belongs to the Don't Ask, Don't Explain, connect no dots school of storytelling. The central character, Buck Williams, Kirk Cameron, the most golly gee whiz young journalist to appear since Jimmy Olsen stalked Superman, is a correspondent for the GNN cable network.
Ha! You get it?
Buck has an amazing knack for finding himself at the center of the action wherever he happens to be because, movie logic.
The movie's catalytic event is the Christian rapture. 142 million people around the world are abruptly transported directly to heaven, leaving behind their clothes and personal belongings. The event triggers instant chaos, including thousands of traffic accidents and declaration of worldwide martial law. It doesn't dawn on most of those left behind until late in the movie that the disappearance are biblically prophecy coming true. The moment they grasp the truth, they tend to fall to their knees in prayer as helpful clerical friends, citing chapter and verse, provide biblical confirmation.
For all its intimations of fire and brimstone, the film isn't remotely frightening, and the high school level acting doesn't help. To see the same theme drawn out with visual daring and a genuine sense of awe, try renting Michael Tolkien's 1991 film, The Rapture.
Dun, dun, dun.
And I'm betting they're wanting you to go to Blockbuster. Dun, dun, dun.
Or home video. Dun, dun, dun.
Yes.
Jesse, we have a certain rating system that we like to do on the PureX, on this review, on our movie reviews.
Exactly. So we can either bless it up.
No, it's praise it up.
Praise it up or bless it down.
Or bless it down.
Then we have right there in the middle.
Oh, yeah, we kind of do have a so, Jesse, how do you rate this movie, Jesse?
So, for me, personally, it's better than your average Christian movie.
It is.
You definitely check it out if you never have, because first, you should read the books. I'm always going to push a book on this.
I think a lot of people have said just read the book.
Yeah, exactly.
But even then...
Because you get the true meaning behind Tim LaHaye, what they were pushing for.
Yeah.
There's some stuff that doesn't translate, like one of the reviews we read, from page to movie. It just doesn't, and I get that. So definitely watch this movie, but total overall quality, acting, pacing, all this, I got to bless it down, personally.
Okay.
Just for those reasons. Check it out. I'm not saying don't watch it. I'm just saying... Don't watch this and expect to put this in your top 10 movies of all time.
Yeah, well, and also the thing is with this movie is that it's kind of going from the book, so we didn't really review the book or really talk about the book, and so with that, we would have to talk about the book and really the Bible if really the book matches up with the Bible in that scenario.
Yeah.
Just because, I don't really want to read the book, personally. That's just a me thing. I don't like reading books.
I feel you. It's a good book. It really is.
Well, especially whenever you have 8 books. And then that, I don't really know.
Well, for this one, you really only need to read the first one, technically.
Yeah, but to really understand the whole story, you'd have to read the whole series to then match it up with them.
I have a
the
book
Bible.
that you might have heard of. It's called the Bible, the Book of Revelation.
Exactly. So, well, there's also more things within the Bible about this that, don't really know of how much biblical accurate that it is. There's actually a few good reviews on it. On
Nostalgic Christian,
yeah,
for one.
Nostalgic Christian has a good video. It's kind of funny, but there's also another video where it talks about is Left Behind kind of biblical. The review that he gives it is kind of meh, whatever. But what he talks about within the review is kind of where the main meat is, where he kind of goes into a little bit of more of a scripture. So you guys check out those kind of videos. As I like videos, I don't like reading. Jesse does really the reading part. I do more of the video aspects of it, just because it's a little bit easier for my brain.
Right.
To then get my little bit of thoughts on, obviously reading some stuff. Some articles were actually kind of cool, like the Jesus Pose about Kirk Cameron. It's kind of cool. And the right-wing conspiracy theorists. So, for me, within the movie, this is kind of hard.
If it was easy, everyone would do it.
Yes, exactly. As a Christian movie, it's obviously a praise it up, but as just a regular movie, it's a meh movie. Okay. But that's where I kind of go with it. I can't really if I praise it up, it's like barely there. It's like at a 51%, but it's kind of mediocre at that point. In my opinion, it's still bad, but it's kind of good bad in some aspects.
So I think we'll kind of take an average and we'll call it a straight up
meh. Yeah, it's kind of meh. It's kind of meh, but it's meh. But blessed it down, but also there's some good parts of it. There's just really only good two scenes, the Nikolai scene and the Bruce Barnes scene, in my opinion.
No, I agree with that. Everything else is cheesy or too hard-toned, or the continuity on it is inconsistent.
Yes. So that's what our thoughts here for this review on Left Behind.
Alright guys, I hope you guys enjoyed that movie review. Check out the full version on the PureXHeart Podcast. Full link of that is, again, within the description down below. Check it out. We also do other stuff under there. We talk about other things, and so you guys don't want to miss that out. There's usually a new episode out every week or so, depending on where we are at within our podcast realm. And also for you guys to be updated for all that fun stuff, then go to our social medias at PXH Culture. What can we say for more about that? I really enjoy all that we do here on the social medias and also on the YouTubes. And of course, hit that subscribe button and also hit that notify bell if you guys have not hit that, and also hit a like onto this video. Again, if you guys have yet to hit that like button, comment down below. I say it all these times so you guys can actually do that. I don't know, really helps out this channel. But also with that, comment down below, tell me what you guys actually thought about this, what you guys want me to do a album review of, and also a movie review of. Yeah, so there's that. If nothing else, go on with Jesus and change the culture. Boom, bye.